You know, I probably should have saved this for the State of the Hat video, but if you think that I've been watching a lot of Netflix ever since I took the long-ass hiatus from my channel, I hate to disappoint you, but actually I haven't been watching a whole lot of Netflix. Like, I have been watching a lot of the shows I've already watched 1,000 times, you know, F is for Family, Disjointed, stuff like that. I finished shows I started, like Jupiter's Legacy. But in terms of like new stuff, going out and actively seeking new stuff, the newest thing I watched on Netflix was the latest season of Stranger Things with my wife, and maybe I'll do a video on that another day if enough people ask me politely to do it, but for now I will just say that I'm pretty sure Stranger Things has jumped the shark, and I have no idea what people see in it anymore. And I swear to God, if I hear that fucking Kate Bush song, or if I see another Chrissy Wake Up meme, I swear to God, I am going to take a sledgehammer to my computer. But I'm getting a little off track here. I honestly haven't been watching a lot of Netflix, so when I decided I'm going to be bringing back the channel, I had to force myself to slog through like 8 months of potential material to see what would be worth watching on Netflix, and I decided to watch The Sandman. The Sandman is a new original series based on a Neil Gaiman graphic novel by the same name. And I believe it was this series right here that concluded once and for all for me personally that Neil Gaiman is not for me. I don't want to say that I hate Neil Gaiman's work because honestly I feel like it has good ideas. It has its own very unique style that I can see a lot of people liking, and it's not bad. It's just not for me personally. I have tried on multiple occasions, but for some reason, I just cannot get into it. For those new to the Hatflix and Chill series, I generally try to get 3 episodes of a TV show under my belt before I cast any judgment. There have been exceptions to the rule, obviously. Usually a show is so repulsive I stop at 1, or a show is so good I watch all the way to like episode 8 or 9. In this case, I made it up to about episode 2 and stopped. Sandman is about 2 guys who plan on summoning the Angel of Death. That way they can bring their sons back from the dead. Unfortunately, a T didn't get crossed or an I didn't get dotted or something went askew in the summoning circle or something happened, because instead of summoning death, they summoned the Sandman, the Master of Dreams. Deciding that, it's better than nothing, they keep the Sandman in captivity. And then everybody starts to suffer. Nightmares go unchecked, people die in their sleep. It just becomes absolute chaos in the civilized world, but not for the cult. Then one day, the son of the founding member of the cult, who keep the Sandman in the basement, lets the Sandman out. And the Sandman gives him the gift of eternal slumber, while he returns to his castle to find that it's pretty much been vacated. Nobody stuck around and everybody abandoned ship. So now it's up to him to figure out how to bring the world of dreams back into order. By the way, this all happens in 1 episode. Make no mistake, this show is very busy. It is a very busy show, and a lot happens all at once. In fact, I didn't even cover everything that happened in that 1 episode. Yeah, there's other stuff going on in that episode as well as the main plot. I didn't cover it because at the moment, I don't really see the point, but I'm sure it probably factors in later on in the show, but like, this is a lot to dump in my lap all at once. Sometimes when a show dumps things in your lap all at once, you can still make it work. I mean, that's pretty much the story of the Umbrella Academy. It dumped everybody in my lap all at once and expected me to figure out how to keep all these people straight, and I'd like to think I've done an okay job in that regard, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And while I'm hesitant to take sides on that debate here, it does feel like you should know that this thing does kind of give you a lot to work with in 1 episode. I imagine the rest of the series is just as busy, if not more so. This show oozes style. It definitely has its own unique presentation that really sets it apart from a lot of other things on Netflix. Like, you can just tell that this was based on a comic book or a graphic novel or whatever. You can just tell by the way everything is aligned and the way the story is told. And it's something that I really feel like I could have liked a lot more, but for some reason, in typical fashion with me and Neil Gaiman products, I just couldn't get into this for whatever reason. I tried. I have tried in the past to get into his other work. I tried to get into Good Omens. I tried to get into Stardust at one point. I think that's one of his. I've really tried, but for the life of me, I just can't. It's probably one of the reasons I've decided to forego a hat rating, because if we're being entirely honest, it's gonna be biased. It's gonna have some degree of like, oh, well, you're just saying that because you're not a Neil Gaiman fan, and that would probably be true, and I just decided to forego the rating entirely this time around. So if you should decide to watch it for yourself, I don't know, maybe you'll get more out of it than I did. I honestly don't know. But thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. I really need a haircut.